In evergreen wood, on a hot summer's day, the magical Graggle wiped his sweat away. The heat was searing, the sun shone bright. The Graggle squinted his eyes from the light. I like the sun, but it's far too hot. If I don't cool down, I will melt on the spot. Picking a leaf to make a fan, the Graggle sat and thought of a plan. He wiped his brow and scratched his head. Aha! I've got it! He finally said. I want to see where the cold winds blow and visit a land of ice and snow. He wriggled his fingers, he wriggled his toes. He shook his bottom and twitched his nose. I don't want sun, and I don't want sand. Take me away to a snowy land. With a whoosh and a whiz, the magic begun. The Graggle twirled and around he spun. The air grew crisp, the sky turned white. Then, pop! He vanished, gone from sight. He blinked his eyes and shivered tight, for everything sparkled, frosty white. The wind was wild, the air was chill. The Graggle stood on a frosty hill. Below he saw a land so wide, with endless snow on every side. Wow, said the Graggle, the sea is ice. Ice skating now would be nice. He wriggled his fingers, he wriggled his toes. He shook his bottom and twitched his nose. Give me skates and put me on the sea. Standing too still is sure to freeze me. Suddenly, the wind howled with a gusty blow and tumbled the Graggle to the sea below. With ice skates on his feet, he landed on his back, on the frozen sea. But then he heard a crack. The crack spread wide, the crack grew long. The Graggle's spell had gone terribly wrong. Oh no, that is not what I wanted. I didn't do well. I better think quickly and cast another spell. But just as he tried to think of a spell, the ice opened up and the Graggle fell. He splashed and he kicked as he held on tight. His fingers were frozen, his fur turned white. He gurgled and spluttered as he cast his spell, crossing his fingers that it would go well. He wriggled his fingers, he wriggled his toes. He shook his bottom and twitched his nose. Save me from sinking, he frantically stuttered. I can't hold on, he finally spluttered. With a zap and a sparkle, a shadow appeared. Getting closer and closer, the shadow neared. Deep from below, a narwhal rose, with a long spiral horn at the end of his nose. He splashed from the water with a horn so long, he said to the Graggle, Come on, jump on. The magical Graggle held on so tight, as the narwhal swam in the frosty light. The narwhal dived through each wave. The Graggle was grateful to be saved. But, as the narwhal swam faster, the Graggle started to slip. They splashed through a wave, and the Graggle lost his grip. The magical Graggle soared through the air until he was caught by a polar bear. Gulp! Went the Graggle. Hello, Mrs. Bear. Please don't eat me. That wouldn't be fair. The polar bear stared and flashed a big, toothy grin. The Graggle wondered about the danger he was in. It's nice to meet you, the bear said with a smile. I haven't seen anyone for such a long while. Just then, whoosh, the cold wind howled. The sky turned dark, and the polar bear growled. A blizzard swirled, the frost bit tight. The Graggle gasped, We need some light. He wriggled his fingers, he wriggled his toes. He shook his bottom and twitched his nose. Bring us warmth, a golden glow, to shine a path upon the snow. Suddenly, the Graggle heard a sound, as a thunderbolt of lightning hit the ground. Flames shot out and the snow began to thaw. Icy cold waves lapped against the shore. Oh no, that is not what I wanted. I didn't do well. I better think quickly and cast another spell. He wriggled his fingers, he wriggled his toes. He shook his bottom and twitched his nose. Stop the fire, calm the sea, freeze the ice, and rescue me. The flames went out. The water froze. The Graggle sighed and rubbed his nose. The storm passed by. The stars shone bright. The world was peaceful in the night. The magical Graggle breathed out a sigh and waved to the polar bear padding by. I've made mistakes, but I've learned too. Magic is tricky. It must be thought through. He wriggled his fingers. He wriggled his toes. He shook his bottom and twitched his nose. I've had my fun, but it's time to flee. Now take me home to my cozy tree. With a twinkle and sparkle, he landed back home, in evergreen wood, no longer to roam. As he curled in bed with dreams so bright, he thought of the stars and the northern lights. For now he knew through snow and ice, even mistakes can turn out nice.